November 2016. Iranians woke up to the news of a new president-elect in Washington, not paying much attention to how he could change their lives. As soon as the US president took office, his first order of business was the Muslim ban, which meant no more visas for Iranians. 6 months earlier, it was a much different story, as Iran signed a major nuclear agreement with the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council: China, France, Russia, the US, and the United Kingdom, plus Germany. Iran's relationship with Western powers, including the US, had never been better. There was hope that the nuclear deal would allow Iran to rejoin the world economy. Then, in May of 2018, Donald Trump announced the United States was leaving the nuclear agreement because, in his words, it's not a good deal at all for Americans. The Iranian leadership quickly condemned the withdrawal and urged the remaining signatories to abide by their commitments to the deal. And in November 2 years ago, the United States imposed the most stringent sanctions on Iran. No one was allowed to buy Iranian oil except 8 countries which were heavily reliant on it, including Iraq.
By the way, as much as I am anti-Trump, I supported these sanctions, and I continue to support these sanctions. And if Biden removes these sanctions, I'm going to call out Biden.
More sanctions followed in what the United States called its maximum pressure campaign, in an attempt to bring Iran back to the negotiating table for a new nuclear deal, which would include the Iranian ballistic missile program. But the commander-in-chief, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, said that the time for negotiating was over.
The reason why I say we will not negotiate with the US is that it is pointless. Of course, they will benefit from.
What date was this? This was, okay. This was before the election. This is like way before. I think this was before the election. Right now, I think they're trying to like send some like secret signals to their community, to their population, and also to the United States that, man, these sanctions are tough. Maybe we are ready to actually negotiate. I don't know. It seems like it. Abbas is saying, why do you support Trump sanctions? Again, when it comes to foreign policy, almost everything else that Trump did, I am against. But the only 2 things that he did right was the tough sanctions on Iran, and also the killing of Qasem Soleimani. That seemed like a very measured response, very good, not escalating, but also a major blow. The reason why I support the sanctions is because what are the options do you have, Abbas? You either have sanctions when it comes to pressuring dictators and people who are violating human rights. What do you have? You have three options, okay? You have do nothing. What happened to never again? What happened to all of that, right? Do nothing, right? War or sanctions. Tell me, what other options are there? What other options are there when authoritarians do human rights violations? You either have do nothing, war, or sanctions. All of them have their problems. Every single one of these has their problems. But I think sanctions have the least problems. Yeah.
Of course they will.
See, here we're not black and white. As much as I'm anti-Trump, I'm not going to be completely like, oh, there's nothing that he did it right, you know? Especially the killing of Qasem Soleimani. The killing of Qasem Soleimani, that was like really on point. That was like perfect, measured response.
Will benefit from negotiations. They say that we should forsake our defense capabilities and our regional.
Okay, actually another point. Batul is saying, Armin, don't you support Trump standing against China? Yeah, way too. Okay, fine. Better late than never. Also, I do understand that they're doing it because of geopolitical reasons, not because Trump was standing. It wasn't for the sake of human rights. It was for the sake of being anti-China. But again, we can, yeah, so fine. Okay, so first of all, they didn't do it for a very long time, even though China was violating human rights way before the United States finally took a stance. But sure, when they did it before many other countries, so that was good. And even though their motivations were not for the right reasons, we can't be too picky these days. There are not that many people that are standing for human rights, and when they do, even if their motivations are not what we want, we have to just accept it and congratulate it and accept it. So yeah, that's sure, Batul. That's another thing I would support. Okay. Katie is saying, do you think the 8 exceptions to the sanctions were fine? Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact 8 exceptions, but like the medicine and food and humanitarian stuff, and that needs to be there. Okay, guys, we need to focus on this video, okay? Don't ask me questions that is not about what we're talking about today.
And national power. Well, this is not possible. An honorable person who is interested in preserving the country's interests will not give in to these demands. This is the reason why I am against negotiating with the US.
As tensions reached
Right now, you seem like you have no choice. Okay, here's what's going to happen when they eventually do negotiate with the US. Maybe, okay? Maybe, I'm not sure, okay? But if right now they're really, really desperate to get the sanctions removed, and now Biden is going to come, and they see an opportunity to finally remove the sanctions. But they bragged for 4 years. They said we're never ever we're going to negotiate with the United States ever again. They've been telling us that for the past 4 years, and now they're so desperate that they probably have to negotiate with the United States finally. And they were like, what happened? You said like after Trump pulled out of the deal. No, it wasn't been 4 years. It's been 3 years. Yeah, 3 years, I think. After he pulled out of the deal, you guys said we will never negotiate with the United States again, and now you guys are negotiating with the United States again. So what's gonna happen? They're like, no. I think this is what they're gonna say. And no. This is not a negotiation. This is just going back to how the deal was before, right? So putting negotiation means, I think they're gonna try to do some gaslighting and try to redefine what negotiation means. And they're going to try to say, maybe, okay, this is just my guess. I don't know if this is going to happen. They're going to try to say, going back to how things were, that is not negotiation. That is like just going back to the status quo. Negotiation means like changing things and coming up with a new deal. Us going back to the deal that we already had, that is not negotiation. That is just, I think that's what they're going to say. I'm not sure, okay? Because they have to negotiate now, but they also promised everybody that they're not going to negotiate.
an all-time high.
Or really secular atheists. I need to watch John Oliver explaining the Iran nuclear deal. Are you serious? Are you serious? I think John Oliver needs to watch me explain the Iran nuclear deal. Are you guys seriously? Me go to John Oliver for an explanation of Iran nuclear deal? Me? Are you serious? First of all, I agree that pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal was wrong, but have you not been watching me, secular atheists? I'm pretty sure I could give John Oliver a 10-hour course on the details of the relationship between Iran and with not just the United States, but every goddamn country around that region. Holy crap. You must be new here, secular atheists.
On January the 3rd, President Trump ordered a drone strike which killed Major General Qasem
Yes, this was a good move.
Soleimani in Baghdad. Iranian leaders all vowed revenge and described the killing of the top military.
Oh, fake Shias do the fake best fake cries. They have so much training, right? You know, like you might think like, how do they cry so well? How do they make it so believable? Because they practice this every year during Ashura, right? The anniversary of Hussein's killing. Yes, exactly, Qasim. Right now, negotiation with Trump is a disgrace for Iran, for the Islamic Republic, because he was the man who removed Soleimani. Yes, but that's what they should have said. So Qasim, you're right. But they should have said is like, we will never, 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 ever negotiate with Trump again, right? But that's not what they said. They said we will never, ever, ever negotiate with United States ever again. And now they're like, oof, that, oh my God, is that what we said? Oh no, like that sanctions are suffocating them. So they now maybe regret saying that.
Military commander as
Hossein Rehman? Why do you want me to say your name?
an act of war. Iran's Revolutionary Guard launched.
So this is like crying for Qasem Soleimani, okay? When Trump killed Qasem Soleimani, they're crying, okay? But this is like they secretly, I think they're thinking. No, actually, I don't know.
Of the top military commander as an act of war. Iran's Revolutionary Guard.
Yeah, Qasem, I know that. Yes, you're right, Qasem. Those words are just for internal consumption, but the whole world was listening. So yeah.
Launched over a dozen missiles at a U.S. base in Iraq, but no American personnel were killed in the attack.
Oh, we got a $2 super chat from Marco. Okay, Marco is being weird, but it's okay. £2 super chat. Thank you. Marco is saying, well, both you and John look like cute birds. Okay, I think Marco has a crush on me. It's okay. Thank you, Marco, for the £2 super chat. AJ is saying the problem with this was deleting. I don't know what you're talking about. Was the drone strike at a public airport without informing the Iraqis? Other than that, I'm okay with it. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be too picky when you're taking somebody out like Qasem Soleimani, especially if you're in a country where you have permission to be by the government themselves. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like it was whatever norm. There was no rules that were violated. There were some norms that were violated. And when it comes to taking out somebody like Qasem Soleimani, I'm okay with norms being violated. Oh, they say your name when they cry. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yes. Qasem Shakespeare. Okay, fine.
As the U.S. elections approached, Iranian state TV broadcast the presidential debates. Though officially, Iran's position is one of ambivalence towards whomever occupies the White House next.
Bull crap. That is bull crap. This whole idea is like, we don't care. Trump, Biden, we do our own thing. Sure, Ayatollah.
I think if Donald Trump is reelected, we are pretty much going to have the same as what we had in the past 4 years. And that is going to be a lot of hostility and contention between the two countries, and perhaps even a military confrontation. If Joe Biden wins the election, I think the situation is going to be more complicated, more unpredictable, in the sense that there is the potential of reaching a deal between the two countries.
For ordinary Iranians, it is the economy and the value of the rial that matters most, which is at an all-time low, while inflation is at an all-time high. All byproducts of what the government calls economic terrorism.
This is the former U.S. Embassy in Tehran. And
United States is doing economic terrorism as opposed to the boom boom kind of terrorism that we do. Oh, £2 super chat by Marco saying, no crush on you, John and you look like birds. Okay. Sure. Thank you, Marco, for the super chat.
it's been 41 years since students stormed these walls and took 52 U.S. diplomats and citizens hostage for 444.
Look at the art on the wall. This is the U.S. flag, and the stars have been replaced with skulls, and the red and white stripes have been replaced with soldiers shooting.
4 days. They were demanding that the U.S. government return the Shah of Iran, who was there receiving cancer treatment. Now, it's been over 4 decades, and those feelings of hostilities and lack of trust are still visible on these walls, as these new murals show just how little has changed between Iran and the United States since the revolution of 1979.